It's me, Matt.
Morning, everybody. It's
Oh
Kat.
goodness, I didn't check sound to make sure we're okay. Good. We got sound. We got sound. Everything's good. Everything's good. Everything as
Good.
is it should be. Hi.
That's true. You didn't check first, did you?
No, I sure didn't. I sure didn't. Hey everybody, oh my goodness, we're here to talk about General Hospital, so many huge things. Let me pitch it for new people, let me hook them in early on here in the first minute of the podcast. Sasha, Gladys, Cody, Sam, Michael, Chase, Drew turning himself in, Curtis's birthday, Zeke and Jordan, Nina and Sunny, Ned is Eddie, Sasha, Willow, Diane, Alexis, because, they're best friends.
They
Sunny
are.
and Pikeman and Valentine and Dex and just all kinds of crazy nonsense happening on General Hospital this week. Great. Now that you're hooked in. Get out of that waiting room. Get out of there. Come on into this elevator. We're going all the way up to the 10th floor. Jacarius is here. Stephanie Kelly's here. Hey, Kelly. Chandra, Jeannie. Who else has chatted? That's it so far. But hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Or good afternoon for a lot of y'all.
Oh, I know, right?
It's early afternoon.
Barely morning for us. It's still only 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
11 a.m. here, June 18th, 2023. Coming to you live from Los Angeles, California.
Mm-hmm.
at least at this end. Hey, Estee. All right, get in this elevator. We're going up to the 10th floor. You go up to the 10th floor, the door's open. You look out. You look to the left. You're hanging out. You see the bench. People hanging out, looking out the window. Crying their eyes out, worrying about Ned Quartermain.
They sure are.
Oh my goodness, what an emotional roller coaster.
My gosh, that Olivia.
On.
Ooh, that Olivia had that mascara running, didn't she?
Sure did. And you look over to the right, you see the nurse's station is completely abandoned because Finn and Elizabeth are on their lunch break playing backgammon.
Do you remember how to play backgammon, Matt?
I don't think I've ever played backgammon. And if I did, I was a tiny person playing with like grandma.
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe you and your sister used to play backgammon, but no, you did not.
We played Mancala.
Yeah, the marble thing.
Yeah, with the little flat stones. Yeah. We played the hell out of that game.
I think it's kind of sort of maybe a little tiny bit like that.
I really have no idea. I don't think I've ever played backgammon. So, hey, show of hands in the audience here. Have you played backgammon? And if so, is it fun? Do you like
it? Actually, I have a couple of friends that they play backgammon together all the time.
Okay.
I'm going to have her show me how to play.
All right. Well, I guess it's good. It's good. Good bonding time then. At least it was for Finn and Elizabeth. How do we feel about this, Ma? How do we feel about this? Do you want this romance to rekindle?
Well, if they write it different, yeah. I mean, the whole thing with Liz's parents and the connection with Finn and his ex-wife, the story was just, I'm sorry, we're positive here, but it was lame. It just was. Right? It's a little lame.
It was a lame story, and they let it rest. So that's something that at the convention when we went, and if you missed the Zoom yesterday, sorry. It was a good time, though. We had a great time. It went super long, so sorry about that. But thank you for those who stayed with us the whole time. Anyway, most people hate backgammon in the chat, so there's that.
Oh,
happy Father's Day, by the way. We totally missed that. Boring. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Father's Day, everybody. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So they let it rest and said that's something that Amanda Setton said that was helpful to Brooklyn when she came back to retake over the role. After the throat slash and the pregnancy and the sleeping with Valentine and such, Brooklyn was off for several months, allowing things to settle, to reset, to refresh, so to speak. So that stuff wasn't so important to Brooklyn going forward. So since we've had a little bit of a break,
and the conversation that Amanda was having with all of us about that was prompted from your question.
Oh, yeah. I just asked her what it was like, and she included that. Anyway, that's detail I probably should have included on the Zoom, but hey, it was our first one. Anyway, so since they let the Finn and Elizabeth romance rest a little bit, and maybe we're rekindling it, Maybe they do have an opportunity to try again and make it a little bit better.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with him, but like I said, it can't be goofy like it was last time.
I mean, just that story was just too contrived.
Mhm.
Too contrived. I don't know what they were thinking.
But I think for the most part, I mean, of course, I can't speak for everybody, but I think for the most part, us folks and watching the show, we're not all that invested in Finn and Elizabeth.
I would say no, it's not their strongest coupling that they have. No, 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 no. Well, whatever. I don't know. You know us. We're on board for whatever, so long as it's good. I would prefer, when he's like, that was a night for your friends, your best friends, and I'm not one of those, because I'm still just an unconfident little 18-year-old boy who doesn't know how to navigate life. I mean, that's how he plays him. Like, I'm just so inexperienced, just so innocent. I don't know what I'm doing. I just love with my heart, Like, oh, goodness gracious, Finn.
think I don't think he's capable of not doing that. I don't think he can stop doing that. I wonder if oh my gosh, if I ever get to meet him, because he's not been at anything we've been to. If I ever got to meet him, I'd be watching his mouth like hawk.
To see if he does
Just
it in real
seeing it,
life, too.
if that is something he
This is
does
how
when he
actors act. I don't know.
well, I'm just curious.
Has somebody
Does he
been on any of the Michael Easton Zooms? And if so, let us know. Does he pucker in real life just as much as he
Yeah,
does when he's performing?
does he have duck lips ordinarily?
Oh, Carolyn's here. Double C S Day. Hi, everybody. Sandy. What's going on, Sandy? Hi. So yeah, I don't know. No, I'm not for the romance. I'm for when he's like, you're your best friends, and then she's like, I'd like to consider you one of them. And he's like, oh man, no doubt. Even though we had doubt of it, not 20 seconds earlier. I would prefer that to be the establishment of the friend zone going forward. And we need to pair Elizabeth with somebody else. I don't know who, but somebody else.
Maybe he could. I don't know. I don't know. They're gonna have to put Zeke with somebody eventually.
I mean, Jordan might be torn between two loves, Zeke or Taggert.
Mm-hmm. Or Taggert.
I know. Oh man.
Well, Anders, oh my gosh. An actor.
Stephanie says yes. She met Michael Easton in person 2 weeks ago, and yes, he does pucker in real life.
Oh, so I guess that's just him.
I wish Liz and Austin were a couple, says Carolyn. Now, I did like Roger Howarth and Rebecca Herbst together. I don't know if I would like Austin and Elizabeth together, though.
Well, Austin and Maxie didn't work.
No.
I didn't think the pairing was good. I just wasn't invested in love at all. Bless you, sweetheart. Oh my goodness! Now stop.
You don't tell me what to do like that. I'm a grown up. Oh gosh, Austin suffered from not being fleshed out at all. He was nothing. He was a husk, a shell of a person dating Maxie. There was nothing to be invested in. There was nothing to like. There's more to Austin now. But as always, I don't know what it is. Do they sit Roger Howard down and say, listen, man, so we tried, playing you as the good guy, but it's just not working. So we're going to give you this dark criminal past, some criminal secrets to hold, maybe some sort of violent history that you're trying to keep under wraps. Par for the course when it comes to a Roger Howard character at this point.
It is. I'm sorry. Well, he's good at it.
He is. He's very much. Good at
it. Yeah, well, I think the character of
thank you, everybody.
His Austin character is getting way more interesting now.
So I'm kind of on the camp that Austin is actually the big boss.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, like there's just something about the intensity of the conversations that he was having with Ava, the way that he was like playing the good cop.
Mm-hmm.
kind of to Mason's bad cop. That would be very strange, and we would have to completely just erase from our minds all of those threatening conversations that Mason had in private with with Austin, saying,
Yeah.
this is what you need to do it, and all that kind of
But,
nonsense.
but like playing Austin like a Jekyll and Hyde would be fun.
Oh wow,
Wouldn't it?
what if that is it? Maybe this is who we have, the multiple personalities. Just two sides of Austin. One is the leader, and one is the nice doctor. It's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't know if anybody has watched that in the chat, but there was this one season where the villain was this all powerful god, but they also shared a form with like this hokey doke mundane doctor, and they didn't know about each other, even though they were one and the same. And it's just,
Wouldn't that be interesting?
yeah, like he doesn't like Fight Club. That's a better reference. Fight Club. You see the movie Fight
Yeah.
Club, where Brad Pitt wasn't real.
Yeah, that would be fun, actually.
So let's do that.
But yeah, let's do that.
Let's
That
do
would be
that.
good.
Let's do that. I'm with that. I want that to happen. But yeah,
Mhm.
Sandy agrees. Something is definitely going on with Austin. Whether it's that or something else, he's definitely hooked into this thing way more than
Yeah. He's
he
telling
wants to
Ava,
be. I don't know.
he's just telling Ava, you need to cooperate.
You didn't cooperate, or you're just gonna wake up dead tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what he's saying. It doesn't matter who you are or who Sonny is or anything like that. It's really not going to matter. They're just going to kill you if you don't help.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, I don't know who it
I
is
think
though.
there's some good stuff coming down the pike on that one.
Good. Chad did understand the glory reference from Buffy. First rule of Fight Club. You're right, Chandra. I did ruin the first rule of Fight Club by speaking about Fight Club. And how do you promote the movie if you don't talk about it?
That was a great movie.
It is a good movie. Go watch it if you're into just weird good movies. It's weird.
It's kind of like, it happened. I didn't know a lot of, I didn't know the plot going into it. So I didn't realize that. It's kind of like, the Bruce Willis movie.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just,
The Sixth Sense
it's that
movie.
spin. Yeah.
Yeah. I see dead.
The six, yeah.
Like
It's that
Lucy
spin
Coe.
is like, wow.
No, Lucy. Does Lucy see dead people? I don't know. Livy sees dead people. Livy
She
sees
used to.
bloody dead people falling out of elevators.
Yeah, she used to.
The boss could be his mom, says Daisy.
Well, they say it's a female, right?
Mrs. Gatlin.
Mm-hmm.
Mama Gat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
Ma.
a
If it's Austin's mom and they call her Mama Gat, we have to sue in some way. Like there's no way that they can get away with that because you're a Mama Cat.
I know.
Like that's almost a direct ripoff, and I feel like we would have a lawsuit. What do you think? We got a lawyer in the chat.
Yeah.
That'd be
Well,
interesting.
speaking
though.
of
Austin's
lawyers,
mom. Mm-hmm.
speaking of lawyers, Alexis want to be a lawyer again.
Alexis, I don't know if Alexis is going to be a lawyer again because she got so
she wants to.
unceremoniously disbarred. But what she can be is something that might be near and dear to Nancy Lee Grant's heart, which is like the senator of New York. Because
Like,
boom,
politics.
get into politics. Now she's in the seat in the midst of the action, pushing things in a way that pushing things, not being on the sidelines, but facing these problems head on and doing something about it. So that, I don't know, that's just something that I thought. Maybe she will be just rebarred or whatever it is to get your lawyer's license back.
I don't see why they couldn't, because in Port Charles you can be a full-fledged doctor in about 18 months. So,
or it might take 6 or 7 years. It just depends on the speed of the story that they want to tell.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, yeah, of course, lawyers are always going to still be on the table. It's so planned. Everything can always be forgiven.
And I thought it was so. I had to laugh when Diane. They were talking about men and their poor choices of Alexis's poor choices of men. She's like Jerry Jackson.
And we know from the scripts that we got from Fido that that stuff isn't in the script. Like, it doesn't say Diane coughs as she says this. That's something that Carolyn Hennessy came up with as a way to sell the line in a way that maintains the friendship that Diane has with Alexis and all of that. So kudos on that decision.
Not a accusatory Jerry Dax, you have no
Yeah.
taste, you have no.
Right.
It was just a
It
rib
was a
more
rib.
than anything.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was a rib.
exactly. It was a friendly little.
Yeah.
Sandy loved the Alexis and Diane scenes as always. Their friendship is one of the most rewarding, says Leanne. Hey Tyrone, how's it going? Leanne absolutely loved that luncheon as well. Daisy suggests that Alexis can become the next deputy mayor. That position is open, and Laura's never there.
That's true. Laura's never there. I think that might be good for her. I do think based on that conversation though, that she's not going to be at the Invader for a long haul. I think
No, it does. It seems like they might be moving her away from that desk.
Yep.
Back into something else. It's probably going to be the lawyer. Probably. Why wouldn't it be? Or
maybe she can do some kind of community thing with Christina.
Maybe that's the seed of the action. I don't know. I guess that just opens up several different plot threads that they can move forward with.
Yeah.
There's
lots of ways to give Alexis something else to do in her character, some new story.
Yeah.
And of course she has to help Gregory too.
Plus, does she? I mean, can't he just like move?
No, they're gonna have to tell his.
Just because he's there doesn't mean they have to like tell the story. He can just be like, "Oh no, this is too tough. I need to go into convalescence."
Well, if that were the case, they shouldn't have given him ALS. They just should have given him his walking papers.
Well, maybe that's the decision that needs to be made every once in a while. I'm going to take over Shady Sundays on a Father's Day without a GH mini spotlight. Mayor Laura doesn't even have an office. It's Sandy. I don't. I guess not. Robert has an office. We've seen Robert's office on several occasions.
Mm-hmm.
If Luke could be mayor back in the day, Alexis could be lieutenant mayor. I didn't even know Luke was mayor back in the day. That's ridiculous.
Oh, I totally remember it. He was the mayor for a little while, too.
Doing what? Running the town? Into the ground?
Well, they didn't show him he was the mayor, but they didn't show him doing mayoral things very much.
Just like Laura. Oh God, oh goodness, lots of suggestions right now. We know that Ned and Eddie Main can't be mayor now. No, he certainly can't. Alexis, Gregory, and Tracy triangle, suggests Daisy. It's the only triangle that is really interesting. I don't know. I'm not sold on Gregory. I'm not sold. As it stands right now, he has not anchored and cemented himself enough in my enjoyment of the show for me to care what they do with him. And I'm not trying to be mean. I felt the same way about Cody, and I like Cody a lot better now.
Well, I do think pairing him with Tracy might be interesting. I do.
I want Tracy and Jackson so Erica can come in and feud with Tracy.
Yeah, I know.
God, wouldn't that be great?
But Walt's not going to be there very long.
Just because he's only on there just for a hop, skip, and a jump this time around doesn't mean he can't come right back.
Well, that's true. And it's not, but, I don't think they're going to have him fall in bed with somebody like Zeke and
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Well, I don't know that.
Maybe they're just, have some drinks and it'll fade out, and then they'll come back to the next day and be like, yeah, that was awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
They could just tell you what happened. Ooh, that's Jackson Montgomery. That's Jackson Montgomery. I met him in the bar last night. Boom, boom, it's done. You don't have to show it.
Yeah, we don't want to see it. So yeah.
Chad agrees. Gregory's waste of space at the moment. They wish Jeannie wishes that they didn't give him ALS. Chandra says they really haven't utilized the character. It's a shame for the actor.
It is because he's a good actor.
I mean, yeah,
tons of experience.
He does. It's true. So I don't know. It does matter the type of the story that you get and the amount of time that you get to tell it as well, because it was a lot of. Now you know the truth, and then we don't see him.
But maybe they had to do some rewriting because the whole Jackie Templeton thing, that was weird. with Kim Delaney coming in and she just almost did nothing and then she was gone.
Yeah, I don't
Everybody was
understand
so
that either.
excited about Kim Delaney coming on too. And then
I don't get it.
It just really fell flat and they didn't really do anything with her.
Maybe she came back to the set and was just, it just wasn't working, you know? Maybe.
So
it happens.
maybe they had to do some fast rewrites because she didn't want to stay.
Yeah, like she just wasn't liking the schedule. She wasn't like, I don't know. We didn't talk to her about it. We're making stuff up here.
It was just wonky the way it was.
If Kim Delaney has spoken about it, let us know.
It was just wonky, right?
It was a little wonky. What if Jack came back and brought his daughter Greenlee? That'd be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. And I had forgotten that Greenlee was Jackson's kid.
Yeah, okay, so Greenlee and Reggie Montgomery and Lily, right? Those are the three kids.
Yeah, Lily.
Old Michael B. Jordan on All My Children.
Yes. Down like a movie star now.
Oh, gosh. Oh, are they recasting Jax? I didn't hear anything about recasting Jax.
No, I didn't hear. Yeah, we didn't hear nothing.
Fine. Jax doesn't need to come back. Good without the Jax character. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. I can see Gregory more than Jackson connecting with Tracy. Daisy is sold on Gregory and Tracy. Okay. You know what?
Well,
I don't have a lot of experience watching this guy, so you probably have better expectations than I do.
I kind of agree because of the scene she had with when they had the scene they had when he was like protecting Chase.
Mm-hmm.
He stood up to her.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know who she was, but he stood up to her and he pretty much kind of put her in place. So maybe maybe he can handle himself some Tracy Quartermain.
Tracy is a new single. She's not attached to Luke anymore because Luke is dead.
Luke ain't dead.
Well, he's dead for right now.
He's dead for right now.
There was a fake spoiler about Jax being recast. Okay. There's a lot of fake spoilers out there. I can make up whatever I want, put it out on Twitter, and there's going to be a good number of people out there that would take it as truth. So be careful with, throw some salt around your shoulder or whatever it is. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about what Jackson's gonna what they're gonna have Jackson do. What's he gonna be?
No, I'm totally blind as well. He's coming in very soon. He's done filming already, and that's all we know. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, some intense court stuff. That's and they're
not that, and they're not that far ahead right now. Mm-hmm. Right now, for film things, they're only like 3 weeks ahead. A lot of times they're more like 5-6 weeks ahead. Right now, they're only 3. So Jackson's going to be showing up quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be any day now, really. So, so Drew has already put the paperwork in to turn himself into the SEC. So it could be as soon as next week, the week after, end of the week, Friday reveal, I'm Jackson Montgomery, something like that. On top of that, too, in the Zoom, people were reminding us that Drew is turning himself in. That might tie into Pittenville sets, Cyrus Renault. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I'm excited, though, to see what's going on.
I'm excited, too. I'm excited to see what's coming down the pipe.
I wonder if Walt and Michael Knight will have scenes. I think that Walt, Willie, and Michael Knight will have scenes. I think that we're going to have Diane and Martin and Jackson and whoever else might be somebody's Zeke in some sort of 4-way lawyer off. And I hope that that's the case, at least, because everybody has brought in representation. Mm-hmm. Might as well do it.
Mm-hmm.
And do that hour. Do that hour, okay? Just go for it, GH. It's been a long time since you've dedicated an hour to one thing, okay? I think the last time was the flashback to Carly's youth when she left Frank or something like that, and Nell-centric stuff. So it was a long time ago.
And they did Sonny did one too, remember?
Yeah, that was. I think it was before that though. Where it's the alternate universe where I wasn't there. Where it was the cop. Dante was the mob boss. You shot your son.
You shot your son.
You shot your own son. So do the hour dedicated to this case, this SAC case, where all four lawyers get to present and argue with each other, and dramatic looks and witness statements and testimony and all that kind of stuff. I want that. Go full Law and Order with this thing. Get the dramatics with the gavel. All right, get a lot of extras to put into the galley, as if it's just full of people who want to see the results of this intense case that's been publicized all over Port Charles for the last several months. I want to do that. Do that. Why not? Don't be weird and edit it like that one time Chase was singing to Brooklyn a couple of weeks ago, where they cut scenes in the middle of his song.
That was weird.
To come back to him finishing it, and they're like, wow, that was beautiful. And I'm just like, that was... Our attention spans are one song length. It's you can do the whole thing.
I thought it was odd. I thought the cutest part about that whole scene was Finn with boombox.
What was that movie? Say Anything or something with John Cusack?
Yep.
I think Alexis should go out of town and rediscover herself and her love life. Says Tyrone, kind of like a Eat, Pray, Love type of situation. She can travel, she can, find her spiritual center within, and she can eat all kinds of foods from all over the world.
Yeah.
And then she comes back and does a slideshow, and she gathers the whole Davis family around to sit around the couch, and she's just like clicking through an old-fashioned 1985 slideshow projector.
With a little carousel?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't work. It gets jammed. She's got to pull it out and look through a light. Oh, no, we don't. Why not? Why just do things, GH? Just do things. You don't do enough things, is what I'm saying. Do some stuff.
Not everybody's game for goofiness like we are, man.
Yeah. Maybe Jackson will be the judge, says Daisy. Oh, I didn't even
I like that.
think about that. Holy crap, Daisy. You've blown my little mind. What if that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but somebody still has to represent the SEC.
Yeah.
So maybe it will him and somebody else.
Maybe.
I think Jackson is the second guy in court. She means the SEC guy, says Carolyn. Yeah, probably. Tyrone reminded us that Luke was mayor in the early 80s. So I guess even want to look for that era of the show on YouTube or something like that. That would be the time to look for. Yep. The wild antics of Luke Spencer as the mayor. Oh, goodness gracious. We do know that Drew is going to be leaving, though. Like, he's taking some time off. You know that, right, Mama?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he has to go film some more Hallmark stuff. I guess it's summertime, so it's time to film Christmas Hallmark movies.
That's true. Cameron Matheson's probably got a contract with them.
Well, yeah, he's Mr. Hallmark. He does all of those.
He probably has a contract where he could spin out 3 movies a year or something.
It's like Christmas in the Country Part 8. That kind of stuff. You know how they do. They just spit that stuff out, and soap fans eat it for lunch.
I need to start. You know what? I don't watch the Hallmark. I need to do that a little bit. But I've just been told that they kind of like it's the same story pretty much every time.
Oh, yeah, I feel as though so many business people can leave the big city to go and fall in love with some simple country person and rediscover the meaning of Christmas and the power of love along the way. There's only so many ways that you can tell that story. But it's a classic story and people love it. And people will do it, and they'll watch it and watch it and watch it. I mean, Lifetime movies, too, are just all about how can we abuse women the worst. Coming on at 8. Don't worry, she'll be fine at the end. Yeah. Jeannie says that Cameron does movies with Allison Sweeney. I don't know who Allison Sweeney is, but...
Oh, Allison Sweeney, yeah. Well, I'll tell you who I know where you would know her from, Matt. Okay. You would know her from The Biggest Loser.
Oh, okay.
That's Allison Sweeney, right? You guys?
I don't know. The Biggest Loser is that competition show where all those people lost weight.
Yeah. The blonde chick, babe.
Are you talking about what is her name? Like Julianne or something?
She would, not the coaches.
Oh.
The host one.
Yeah, I don't
blonde.
know what it is. It's fine. I don't remember. Well, Cameron Matheson does movies with her, and yeah, super high run, super Hollywood, Hallmark. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to say words right now. I missed my cup of coffee before the show today.
But I also know, I've been told over and over, they churn those movies out like nothing. They do a whole movie in 3 weeks. So you don't have to be gone that long.
No. So we'll see how long it really is. he'll break out.
And
they'll need him out.
They could do it too, because they don't film a sequence at all. They could do stuff in advance.
It's true. WSB could need him for his Navy SEAL training for some sort of thing, and so they get him out. Any number of things. I don't know. Do you go to Pentonville for insider trading? Isn't that more of a Spring Ridge type of crime?
You would think, because it's not a violent crime.
Yeah, do you need heavy security for white collar crime?
Harley's not going to be happy about him going in the jailhouse, huh?
Nobody's happy about him going to the jailhouse, and he's all like, "I'm gonna throw myself on the sword, okay? I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna sacrifice myself for you and for Sonny and for Donna and for Avery and for Morgan's ghost and for Michael and for Jocelyn. I'm gonna do it for you, Carly, because I love you so much. You don't deserve to go down for this." He says all that, right? And then everybody who's watching this is going, "But what about Scout?"
I actually just thought about Scout
I'm totally
right now.
all right. I'm fine with Dante raising my daughter because he's a man I love. I respect. I would marry him if I was Sam. So it's totally okay with me that I'm not in my daughter's life because Dante's got it from here. Like what? What? This is the man who Scout kept him alive.
I know.
He was held captive by Victor.
Just carving her name on the wall.
The only thing that kept him going was Scout. And he's like, F it. Fine.
I think they shot him with Scout this month, I guess. They did. One time.
I don't know. The last thing I remember Scout doing is just not remembering Drew's face. Because he looks different. What about Scout and Monica? See? Yeah, what about Monica? I'm Monica's last son. I'm going to go to prison. Like, yeah. Like, what the heck? I don't see why Carly will have to remarry Sonny. It makes more sense that she marry Drew. Yeah, I don't see Carly having to remarry Sonny about anything for this.
That they could have him, like if he got in some kind of trouble and perhaps be arrested, then she can marry him again, and then she can't testify against him.
Okay.
But they've played that story.
They have played that story, and then I think there's a new layer to that too. Is they were married for so long, and she knows things, and she was sitting in his chair while he was gone in Nixon Falls. That I'll plead the fifth because I can't answer these questions anymore. Otherwise, I'm incriminating myself. So there's no marriage necessary, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Kelly says that Drew loves his daughter. Sure, but he's still going to jail and being like, she'll be fine. It's gonna be it's like nothing to have a fake dead dad who went to prison. That's not gonna affect her at all. Dante's got it. Like it's weird to me. Just to me, and it's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me.
Well,
Melissa got a new puppy. Melissa. Oh.
She got a what?
She got a puppy.
Awesome.
Hey. Anyway, you were saying.
My daughter, Melissa, just got a puppy as well.
Well, hey, look at that. Just
about.
You're a Melissa, you get a puppy.
Melissa as well.
You're a Melissa, you get a puppy.
Yeah. So Melissa, what's your new puppy's name? My Melissa named her new puppy Banner.
Oh.
Like, Hulk. Marvel.
Yes. Yeah, because he's going to grow up to be a beast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that. Drew will either see a tarot tower card and forget what's happening, probably. The thing about
Uncle Victor did leave Sam a deck of tarot cards.
Show the old Mr. Drew to find out what happens.
And there's a reason for those cards. And I think that's, he everything he left for everybody has meaning, including that stupid finger.
The finger is going to go into some sort of like keyhole or something to open some sort of vault or whatever.
I think, wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if he finds, like, I don't know, maybe on Spoon Island or something, a statue missing a finger, and then he puts the finger on and like something opens or something.
It's a statue of Victor with a fist up like this, and you have to put the finger on, or he's just like this, and you have to put the finger on, right? Oh no.
That's delicious nonsense right there.
That is right up the Cassadine crazy weird alley. I'm with you on that. I am with you on that. Oh gosh. Yeah. And the fake evidence or real evidence or fake evidence or real evidence against Esme.
That dang coughing, never gonna go away.
Yeah, it is. Not if you it will if you have the right power of positive spirit.
It will, but man, I'm tired of it, that's for sure.
So Esme, do you like her yet?
No.
Oh, okay. You haven't forgiven her for her mini crimes? Alexis has a soft spot for her.
Alexis does have a soft spot for her. I think Alexis is trying to be she's trying to be a good Cassadine in a way.
Trying to be an auntie or whatever, or whatever they are, cousins. I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Trying to be good in-law, Yeah, I'll be there for Esme. She needs support.
Trying to be a good auntie, and she is the baby's great aunt.
I don't even know.
She's Spencer's great aunt, right?
Well, she is Mikos's daughter. Spencer is Mikos's great-grandson. Yes, great-grandson. Grandson? Oh God, I need a family tree. So it goes Mikos, and then no, because I don't know. Help me, chat. I don't know how this family tree works.
Stavros is Nikolas's dad.
But that's Mikos's brother.
No, that's his son.
That's his son. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that does make Nikolas Mikos's grandson, which would make Spencer his great-grandson. So then, yes, great aunt. I guess I don't know how family trees work, and I'm not smart enough for this. I'm not. I am not smart enough to figure this out.
You're smart enough for it. You just don't care.
I'm just on the spot. I can't do it. I can do it with Kevin Bacon, but I can't do it with actual GH family trees. Spencer is Mikos's grandson, says Daisy. See, they're going to be able to figure it out because they have time to process and think and type. I'm live. All right. You're seeing this mere seconds after I say it. Mikos is Stavros' dad. Great. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Avery Pohl is great. Love Esme. Esme's kind of on a little break, like the intensity of her story has relaxed.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes. And she's just trying to be, currently they're trying to write her, even though kind of off screen, as a single hardworking mom.
That's what she's doing right now. I just want to provide for my son. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work at this magazine or newspaper or whatever, and I'm going to be there for my child. And I'm not going to leave Port Charles because I don't want Spencer to hunt me down and make my life miserable. Even though Portia's like, so, Esme, why don't you get the hell out of here, huh? Why don't you take Spencer with you and leave? If you left, Spencer would follow you and he'd leave my daughter alone. You should do that.
It was. I thought Portia, when Portia was at Curtis's party, she was doing real good with Spencer at first. Oh, and then she didn't.
Okay, Melissa got it all figured out for us. Stavros is Nikolas's dad. Stefan is Stavros' brother. Helena has children with Mikos, who was Victor's brother. Okay. Alexis, Stavros, and Stefan are siblings under Mikos.
Yes.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. It's too much. It's too complicated. I don't want to figure it out. Maybe I don't care enough.
And Valentine is brother cousins with them.
Oh no!
Right?
I don't know. Well, Helena. Who's
Helena is Valentine's mama.
Oh yeah, and then Victor. Oh no!
And Victor is his dad.
Yeah,
so he is brother cousins.
He is brother cousins
with his siblings.
I don't know. I can't. At this point, I prefer the Ashford family tree. It's much clearer. It really is. You know, you kind of got you have Sean kind of hanging out on a loose branch here, but everything else is very clear. I mean, at least it is now after DNA tests. And you know, GH does this with DNA tests more often than not. Is they always give themselves a backdoor out. Like beforehand, there's always a character saying, "Hey, you know, I'll do something about that test for you if you want." Every time. So they always have that opportunity to be like, "Oh, well, Miss Wu changed it, and she's actually Taggert's."
Mm-hmm.
I did this for you. Credits.
If it were me, I would want to do a second test.
Always do a second test. Never get your DNA tested at General Hospital.
A second test at a different place.
Go to Mercy for all of your DNA needs, please. Please start going to Mercy.
And don't tell everybody you're going.
Okay, that lab is corrupted. Okay, it was corrupted ever since Brad was running it. Okay, it seems to be so easy to just switch it, to just change it. You know. So let's just we're starting to go to Mercy for that. We're gonna do the GH spinoff called Mercy Hospital, and what it is it's a show where everybody has it all together. You know, it's like a Good Doctor type of show, like a New Amsterdam type of thing, where it's a bunch of good people doing good things, always saving the day, and ultimately making the right choice. That's what happens at Mercy Hospital.
Yeah, and they could have like a little a little slogan. Mercy me, we're better than General Hospital.
Mercy me. Oh, goodness gracious. He's half siblings with the boys. Both Alexis, but not Alexis, says Melissa. Yeah, so he's not related to Alexis. Valentine, we're talking about.
Not.
Yeah.
No.
But Daisy agrees with me. Why get the DNA?
Sister, and then they found out they were not.
Right. Well, he thought he was Mikos' kid the whole time.
Yes.
Right. All right. The Cassadines, Corinthoses, and Quartermain families look like crime scene string boards. It's true. It's true. I did try to do it. I honestly did. I got a piece of paper out and I got a pen and I tried to do the family tree. But I get hung up on Sam McCall so much because she is like of so many generations because of who she's had kids with or almost had kids with. That because she's linked to Sonny and then also linked to Jason, and then also linked to Drew, it's just really, really, really convoluted when it comes to the Sam McCall portion, and there's no clear place to put her.
I know. You know what I wish they would do? That I just find this a little odd. Why doesn't Ava give a dang about little Leo? Leo is her nephew. You know, the only connection she still has to Julian, really.
She doesn't care. She's too busy off in her own little world. She didn't have a bond before, and Leo doesn't even really remember Julian anyway.
He said that this week.
He sure did. They are erasing Julian Jerome from the canvas, Mother. How do you feel about that?
They seem to be doing that.
Little Leo doesn't remember, and Ava doesn't care, and he's Leo Quartermain. And my dad had an accident, and my mom, and do. It doesn't really seem like they're really keeping any Julian in there.
No, not really. But you know what? Before we jump off on some of it, we need to go back to that pool party.
The pool party? We didn't even start talking about the pool party, but okay, let's do it.
No, we just talked about Portia a little bit, you know, giving Spencer a hard time there.
Yeah.
But I liked the pool party. I liked it. And Spencer...
Mm-hmm.
That gift was a good one.
So I tweeted the picture out, actually. Okay, that's better. I tweeted the picture out of what Jamming at the Savoy is. It's a real thing. It's a real piece of art. And so if you wanted to check that out, you can do that on our Twitter page at 10th Floor GH. Check that out. And while you're clicking around the internet, the Savoy. Now you see you got a Savoy shirt too. Now while you're clicking around the internet, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel while you're doing that, you know, and then go navigate over to the Twitter page in a separate browser window. You know, don't log off of this. But you can check that out. It's neat. It's a cool little like jazzy piece of like modern-y looking art. I'm not an art critic. I couldn't tell you what the style is, composition, all that kind of stuff. But it's neat looking. I like it.
Yeah. And I wish Curtis loved it.
I mean,
Curtis loved
I don't know how art licensing goes and stuff, so I imagine they would have to like reach out and be able to show the actual thing on TV. But I wish they were able to just like, print one out for
him. And
just looks.
he told Portia, Spencer told Portia, I will make time, Trina. He
Hmm.
really, he Spencer, a little brat. A lot of times he'll pop off at people. He
Yes.
showed some restraint with Portia, kept his mouth shut as much as he could.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, Spencer's trying his best, but his Cassadine always peeks out, right? We saw it with the evidence. He's like, I'm going to destroy it. Just in case.
Mm-hmm.
The
Cassadine thing.
Excuse me.
And ultimately, I think him and Trina have a lot of time left. I don't think that Trina and Spencer are going to be apart anytime soon.
No.
But she's going to have to continue to put him in check.
Yes.
I love that about Trina's
and
character.
it's going to be a knock down, drag out, emotional, huge blowout fight when he makes a choice that she doesn't agree with, or she finds out that he's been lying to her about something. They'll be fine. They're going to be, oh, can we? Should I? Oh, Jocelyn, this is the situation. What should I do? But they will ultimately still stay together.
I agree.
Yeah.
At least for a good span.
Yeah. And then maybe if I were to do it, since it's such a powerful couple right now, I would have to continue doing it until the Sabrina fans are tired of supporting them, which might never be the case. So maybe they'll have to be together forever.
Well, they could be together and apart, together, like soap operas do.
Yes.
Because people, I don't think fans really became. If you're a Luke and Laura fan, you kind of stay one, and I think Sabrina has those kind of legs where you're going to stay one.
Yeah, and then the reasons for the breakups have to be like reasonable and understandable. Kind of like Tad and Dixie. One of them always left town or died. You could have the same thing going with Trina and Spencer, or Spencer has to end the relationship with Trina because he needs to save the life of his dad by marrying so-and-so, so something, that kind of nonsense.
Or maybe he'll have to break up with her because
you have to understand, Trina. I have to marry Miranda Montgomery.
But I liked the pool party and stuff, and I liked the fact that all the Ashfords were there.
Yeah, the whole family. So much so that Trina had to run away.
I liked it.
It was a good party. Yeah, it was nice to see. I saw somebody ask why Curtis, he owns his own whole club and his own whole home. Why would he go party at the Metrocourt pool? And my simple answer to that criticism is there's no pool at either one of those locations, and Curtis wanted a pool party.
And it's summertime.
It's summertime. You gotta use a pool set.
If you're gonna have, come on. Typically, if you're born in the summertime, you're gonna have a summertime kind of fun birthday party.
Yeah. So you do that, and then you get Curtis without a shirt on, a little bit of Donnell in the pool, which I'm sure Chandra just adored. Just the highlight of her week so far. But yeah, and then we got Hat Daddy speeches, and I always like myself a Hat Daddy speech.
Me too.
He's wise. He's lived life. He's lost and he's regained. He knows what it's like to be out there in the world. Do
you want to see Hat Daddy and Stella get together?
No, I don't.
Do you want Stella to be Curtis's real mom?
No, I don't. I don't think Donnell Turner wants that.
I don't either.
No, I don't want them together, and I don't want Stella to. I want that dynamic to be what it is. I want them to be the aunt and the dad from Curtis's life, who have known each other forever, and are close.
Well, they are, and you're right. They don't. They are his
dad and Aunt Chris together. No thanks.
They are his parental figures.
Yeah,
both of them.
Well, Marshall to a significantly lesser degree. A great parental example in what to not do.
Yeah, and yeah. And thank goodness he's smart enough to figure out what that is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Smart enough to figure out what that is.
Chandra said she just adored that scene with Curtis coming out of the pool, but the highlight of her week was winning the mug yesterday.
Aw.
Oh.
I'm going to send it off to you on
Remember,
Tuesday.
Ma. Remember to send the Donnell
USPS
Turner
closed on Monday.
one to Chandra.
What?
To try to not mix it up. Remember to send the
I'm not.
Donnell
Oh,
one
I'm
to
not gonna.
Chandra.
Oh, that's gonna be easy for me because the signatures on those mugs. You can't. They're not legible like most people's signatures aren't. But thank goodness Donnell put in parentheses Curtis, so I cannot mix them up.
Yeah, it's very easy
Curtis
for you to find it.
belongs to Chandra.
I'm with it. Good. Oh gosh, but Chandra doesn't want Stella to be Curtis's mom. I'm with that too. Let's leave the parental people of the Ashfords where they are, and just leave the question mark still there with Curtis and Trina, and that's it. That's it right now. We don't need to do anything else. I'll take a long lost brother. I'll take a Marshall had a fling and has a kid that he was too ashamed to talk. I'll take that.
Oh, like he got a kid out there that he had after he left town?
Yeah, I mean, he's been gone a long
He's
time.
gone for 40 years.
Yeah, it's entirely possible, and he's just too ashamed to say so. Something. Maybe that's the tie-in to the weird, like, criminal. What is it? Other than just living the life of a club trotter, that lets you know what's going on, and like men like Sonny, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. I didn't say this in the Zoom last night, says Stephanie, but Josh Swickard was very funny at the New Jersey meet and greet, describing how tiny the pool is when referring to the floaty scene from last summer. Yeah. So basically, if I could describe it for the people who can't see or wasn't on the Zoom yesterday, the pool is very narrow. It's long, but it's very narrow. So if anybody is ever like swimming up to the side to like hang off to whatever, they're like having to do like this contortionist act with their body in order to keep it off of frame. And whatever you don't see is incredibly awkward looking. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm. Well, the scene they had a scene a couple of weeks ago where Trina was in the water and you could obviously see she was standing on her knees.
Yeah. I don't know. Because I feel like they could have got a little more depth, but I don't know anything about safety regulations for water tanks on sets and that kind of stuff, because they got a lot of electricity going through there.
Yeah, and if they had the pool any deeper, well, the deck would be so dang high off the ground. It's already high off the ground.
It is, but I feel like it's more than 3 feet off the ground. But hey, I don't know. I'm not a set designer. I don't know what the laws, rules, and regulations are. I'm just sitting in my chair complaining about something I have nothing to do with.
But that set was pretty cool.
Daisy says that Chandra can have Curtis. Perfect. If you don't think Curtis deserves anybody on the show, then Chandra can have him, right? I wonder if there's a way to preserve the signatures on the mugs, ponders Kelly. I guess when you get yours, which Kelly, I'm sorry, didn't win. But if you do get one, if you were one of the lucky winners, I don't know, maybe you can try to like dip it in resin or something.
They're signed with Sharpies.
Yeah, so just definitely don't wash them. Don't rub them.
Sharpie's a permanent marker, but it's not going to be a permanent marker going through the sink constantly or in the dishwasher. It's going to come off.
Don't use it. It's for display, y'all. But as for preservation, I am sure there is like clear epoxies, resins, spray, something or others that maybe you might be able to experiment with. I'm not going to make a recommendation because I don't know, and I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction to ultimately ruin your fun prize.
Google it.
But ask around. Go to a hobby shop. Actually, go to like a card shop or some nerd store that's nearby. And I mean that with love. And ask. Say, hey, I've got this memorabilia that has some autographs that I really like. They mean a lot to me, and I want to make sure that they're preserved on the ceramic. I imagine you will get tips on what to do. Right. Okay, Ma's gonna be right back. So do that. Let me read this chat while she's away. Dex's hat daddies. That would be wonderful, Melissa. I want that. Can we have that, please?
So you guys, this is my cup from last year, from the convention last year. And I had everybody all the actors sign this one cup.
Yeah.
Y'all, I put pins in it and crap.
Yeah, but the autographs have stayed.
But the autographs look exactly the same as when I initially had them.
Just don't wash it. That's all.
Just don't wash it.
But when it comes to preservation, there is ways. There is ways. Go to your local nerd store, or just leave it alone. Put it up and leave it alone.
Yeah, that's what I do. I don't know. Just put your mossy ball in it and let it hang out.
I remember when Julian used to call Ned Ted. Yeah, I do remember that too.
He never called him his right name.
Yeah, I always called him Ted. that was a fun little.
Called him all kinds of different things. As a matter of fact, that was cute. I loved it.
If the pool was deeper, Kelly says they'd have to hire a lifeguard, which is probably true as well. When did Marshall get the Victor treatment? I don't understand that. Melissa, what do you mean by that? I think it's clear nail polish. My mug is already on display. Already has a display spot waiting for it. Hey, Stephanie, if that's what you want to do, I'm with it.
Well,
we make sure I send models' addresses.
Clear nail polish. I did actually think about clear nail polish, but I'm not going to recommend anything that I haven't tried because I might be full of crap and mess up your mug. So, but I did think of
that. Put the mug on your desk, shouts Kelly. Mine will be for display only. I'll only dust it, says Chandra. That's very nice.
There you go.
The pool is about as deep as Nina is. Melissa.
Get that.
Melissa, of course.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Nina. You know, Nina finally got some support this week.
Yeah.
Finally, somebody's on Nina's side saying nice things to Willow about her, rather than, wow, what a horrible person that's done terrible things to you throughout your whole life. Ugh. Sasha. What an angel. She's going to be so devastated when she finds out what Gladys is up to.
Oh my gosh. Man, you know what? I got my Gladys hair today. Someone needs to snatch her by her hair, I tell you.
Ooh, we can get Lynn Herring to do it.
Oh, yeah. Pull from the
root. Stephanie re-promises, just like yesterday, no dishwasher. No dishwasher. Okay. So yeah, Sasha's going to be crushed, says Sandra, and I totally agree. She's going to be heartbroken and wrecked. I don't think that she's going to yell, scream, and throw highball glasses against fireplaces. I think that she's going to have a very tearful and emotional, how could you do this to me, Gladys? And then Gladys is going to be so devastated she has to leave town. This is it for Gladys. But then again, every time they give Gladys something to do, I'm always like, this is it for her. She's out of town after this.
You would think so, but I don't know though. This is a different level of manipulation and crime that Gladys is doing. This is the pinnacle of what she's done so far. And Sonny's going to be mad as hell at her too.
This is it for Gladys. It has to be.
Might be.
It has to be.
They might send her a packing.
Oh God! I mean, I saw. Remember, like it was like a year ago now. That's the '90s. Sonny's coming back. Where they threw that one dude into the trunk, and then they had that shot of Sonny like closing it.
Yeah.
And they closed it, right? So somebody shared that GIF and said, "I want this to be the last thing that Gladys sees." And maybe that's gonna be the case.
Well, that would be funny.
Oh, but man, like whatever growth that she had and whatever progress she has made is completely gone now.
I do see Sonny like telling her, "You got to go." I could see him doing it.
You're gonna disappear. I'm gonna have to disappear you. Or Miss Wu
did it this time, cousin. You're out of here.
No. I guess this is gonna give Ava a chance to like have a scapegoat, because if she finds out that Gladys is also up to the same thing, which is find dirt on Sonny, and if Sonny finds anything missing, we could just be like, oh, it was her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. She didn't walk away with anything that we saw, right? Last week?
I don't think so.
I don't think we saw anything. She just called Austin, right? She was like, oh, if you were alone in Sonny's penthouse, where would you look for crime?
Oh, she's messing up.
Carolyn wants to know, did you meet Frank Valentini at the convention? And we did not. Frank Valentini, as far as we know, was not in attendance. If he was there, he kept hidden.
Yep. We didn't see him last year either.
No. Now, that would be an interesting Q&A panel. But from my understanding, he's kind of a shy guy. So,
Yeah, he
Mm.
wasn't there.
Oh, no. Spencer's his own worst enemy.
Aren't
Nina,
most of them?
Sasha. What? I'm sorry.
Aren't most of them? Most of them are
I
their
mean,
own
right.
their worst enemy.
Sonny will take pity with Gladys because of Mike's gambling issues. I went through this with Mike. I know what it's like.
I don't know. I don't know. He's not crazy about Gladys anyway. If it, I've always gotten the impression with Sonny and Gladys that if that wasn't for the fact that she's a Corbin, he would have not a dang thing to do with her.
I mean, the fact that she was a Corbin is the only reason that she was brought into Fort Charles or reached out to or contacted. But anyway, because of Brando, or
Yeah.
the fact that Brando had existed. Not even because of directly Brando. They thought Brando was dead at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it was to give cover for Dev.
Mm-hmm.
Dead Dev. The
Yeah.
mysterious. Oh my God! They killed off 2 of those kids. They killed 2 of them straight off, didn't they?
They did. And Sonny went, eh.
They didn't move. Okay, they died. Oscar and Dev died.
Yeah. And remember how Sonny was reacted with Deb? He was just like,
No.
me.
Yeah. He shed more tears for Julian. I think. Like.
Weird, huh?
It was a weird way to play the scene, but whatever. Yeah, that poor kid. I guess he's a musician now.
Oh, Devis?
Yeah. Ashton Arbob, I believe his name was.
He probably
Or
was
is.
before as well then.
So yeah, I guess he's doing music or whatever. And I think he got a bunch of tattoos, but he's still really skinny. It's awkward. Oh, goodness gracious. Who's following Ashton Arbob? I don't know. I haven't seen any social media post of his in probably 8 months. So I don't know. I'm not looking too hard. I don't know. Speaking of social media, I shared some stuff on Instagram that Rael Andrews liked.
Hey,
So, we'll consider that an iron in the fire.
there you go.
Dev to me had so much potential as a character, says DC. So, I think that all the characters have ultimately a lot of potential, and it's a matter of doing it, giving it life and taking the time to do it. GH has a lot of wasted time, I would say. I wouldn't say that it's unnecessary to the stories that they're telling, but there's a lot of repetitiveness that
There
could
is.
go away.
There is. And I know they were trying to they're trying to anchor us with the possibility of Elizabeth and Finn being back together and hoping that the audience would like it.
Mm-hmm.
But what they could have played backgammon a little bit long, a little bit
Shorter.
not so long.
I mean, they played.
Actually, it was a lot of time during that time. I mean, I know they had conversation as well, but that scene was long.
Yeah, I think it was less them playing backgammon and more like Finn and Elizabeth on lunch. And just what are they talking about in the break room? Because they played backgammon and they stopped and they drank some coffee and they talked about stuff. And they went back to the game and played one more and had the little, you beat me so fast, flirty. Somebody had compared it to Audrey Hardy, I guess, and her romance with whoever, whatever, way back in the way day. So I don't know if they played backgammon in the break room.
I wouldn't remember those kind of details, that's for sure, because I can't hardly remember what, I don't know.
It was way back in the way
Just
day. It was way back in the way day, So I guess, I don't know. It also gave them a chance to like say a bunch of historical character names that people love. She's like, oh, what a long line of my family. Remember, I'm a Weber.
Well, actually, when it comes to their conversation, that was my favorite part, actually, with her just, speaking about her grandfather.
Okay, you just didn't like the flirty parts.
I just didn't like the flirty.
That's just what it is.
And it was too long.
So. Well, I guess that's just an argument point for doing it right. If it was more interesting or with characters that you did have more investment in, then it was something you enjoy. But hey, there's a lot of people that like Elizabeth, and there's a lot of people that like Finn and Elizabeth for whatever reason. I don't think any of them listen to this show. But, even say, Sandy, Finn, Elizabeth doesn't work. We already talked about them at the top of the show. We don't need to keep talking about them. You know what we can talk about? We could talk about how long it's going to take for Portia to find out the truth.
Well,
because Jordan's right. Okay, I think Jordan did a great job of convincing Zeke.
I can
She
tell
said
her.
all the right stuff, and I want to give Jordan the week. Not the week, but I want to give Jordan her week. Her. It was a good Jordan week, I think.
I
Coming off
thought
of
so too.
last week, with the one night stand, coming into this week, where the way that she was able to handle the situation with Zeke and explain it to him in a way that kind of gave him, maybe I shouldn't say anything, pause, I
Mhm.
think really strengthens just her as even a cop. Um, you know, just that skill of being able to guide the conversation.
Yeah, because he did come in hot, like he was going to go tell his sister right away.
Yeah, and
But
she's like, well, hey, hold on. Hold on.
well, she did have a convincing argument.
Yeah, are you going to let your sister throw away something that they're just rebuilding over one simple mistake that's never going to happen again because emotions are crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. Maybe I
Well,
shouldn't.
I wonder if they're going to
Da-da-da-da-da.
have Zeke and Jordan have a romance, or if it really is just going to be one hot one night stand. Probably not.
Oh no, I really want to see a Jordan triangle.
Yeah,
I want to see two people vying for her that isn't Curtis.
I like it
You
too.
know, I know that we kind of had Curtis Andre before, but that was with a different actor, different set of everything.
Mhm.
So I want to see Jordan have to decide between this new interesting person in her life or the oldest friend that she has in Port Charles.
Yeah. And they
It'll
do,
be good.
Taggart and Jordan do have a big history.
And I just want to see more Taggert.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. The storyline was very cemented of how well they knew each other
Mm-hmm.
when the original, and I don't remember the actress's name, the original Jordan.
Oh, I
They
think it was
really,
actually second Jordan because original Jordan was Vanessa Antoine.
yeah.
Was Taggart on back then?
Well, that was who they were partners and all that stuff,
Yeah.
undercover drug stuff and all that.
Well, yeah, but not with that actress. That was when Brianna Henry was head over. I believe because I have this
I
long.
think both of them.
I have this long with Vanessa Antoine.
Yeah, she was
So
about the time you started watching
yeah,
her.
like I saw her break up with Andre, get with Curtis, and leave the show. Um, so the second Jordan was the one that handled all of that Taggart stuff and the Cyrus Renault and we planted evidence and all of that stuff. At least from my recollection and memory. So if I'm remembering Brianna Henry longer than I should, you tell me in the chat.
Well, I think they talked about their history quite a bit when it was the
Is
first
that her
one, but
name, Brianna Henry? Am I making it up? You do tell me if I'm wrong about that too. This is the 10th floor. Don't come here for facts.
ain't that the truth?
They're trying to figure out the Hardy family tree in the chat right now, and that's very difficult as well. Jeff is Steve Hardy's son or grandson. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Liz reminds me of Rick Bauer from Guiding Light. The Bauers essentially fizzled out. Well, I don't know. I don't know if the Webbers are fizzling out because we still have plenty of Webbers.
Yeah,
Elizabeth has a gang of kids and they're all in Sora's aged, so any time now we could just have all kinds of adult Webbers running around.
I heard something, a little blurb that they were going to have Cameron come back for a short time.
Yeah, he's supposed to be back for some sort of summer couple of weeks. Get involved with the kids in some way. People are like, oh, he needs to come back with Emma. He needs to have a girl on his arm. And I'm like, why, guys? Why blow 2 weeks of Cameron with him having to sell some relationship that he has in California?
That's true.
What is that going to
But
do?
the only cool thing about that might be that's how they would introduce her back, and he goes back to California, and the character Emma stays around.
Long distance romance. I don't know. I don't know if they can recast Emma and not have people light the studio on fire.
Well,
Thank you, Kelly.
but all the recast stuff, everybody gets upset in the beginning, and then y'all get over it. We all do.
Right? Right? We barely
What
had any
you
Kate
got?
Mansi. I'm ready. I'm ready for more Kate Mansi as Christina. I'm ready for all kinds of cool stuff. I'm ready for anything on General Hospital. Truthfully, honestly, completely, and totally.
I agree. Me too.
So you excited
But
about
throw
Eddie
in
Main?
some funny stuff sometimes. I like the funny stuff.
Well, we're
And
probably going to get funny stuff coming up with Ned.
Yeah. You know what's in cracked me up about the whole thing with, he doesn't, Friday we saw, he thinks he's Eddie Main, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we saw that on Friday.
What are you talking about? My name
Wait
is
till
Eddie.
he catches his reflection.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're like, I'm old.
what?
I wanted,
What the hell
honestly,
happened to me?
really, so I was really hoping, and this wasn't the case. This is what I would have done, and I don't know if they would have shot it, but this is how I would have written the scene. Ned wakes up. You okay? You okay? You okay? You're fine. You're fine. What year is it? 1984. Oh shit. Because he said 2023. Weird.
I know.
Okay.
I
Okay.
wanted him to say, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's fine. Okay. All right. All right, Ned. Where are you? I'm in General Hospital. Great. Good. Excellent. Wonderful. You know where you are. Wonderful. It's amazing. Do you remember what happened? No. But my head hurts. Great. You have a traumatic brain injury. Oh no. What's your name? And then he doesn't answer it because he looks past TJ at Tracy and goes, Mother, why are you so old?
That would have been hilarious.
Tracy would have had a meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. That's what
Mother, how come you look like a granny?
I'm with it. I want that. I want that. I want that. Definitely against recasting Emma. So let's just not go there. The chat is. Eddie Main is going to recognize Dex as looking like somebody he knows. Dex is his kid. Maybe. Wouldn't that be something?
Well, Dex, you know what? And it's just a matter of time. Who knows what's going to happen? But Dex is going to belong to somebody.
But then Michael's half sister will be into Michael's half cousin. Or I guess there's no half cousins, right? So just cousin. I don't know. Whatever. Things have been weirder on General Hospital, but then that's just going to give the anti-Jex crowd something to complain about. Like when we were on the tour, there were people like, "Oh, what do you think of?" No, it wasn't the tour. It was just the Q&A. They're like, "Oh, what do you think of Dante and Sam?" And they're like, "I don't like it because they're brothers." And it's like, they're not. First of all,
but it is convoluted.
It is convoluted. Only from Leo's perspective. My brother and sister are dating. Only from his perspective, but that's all right. All you do is just avoid telling it from his perspective.
Yeah.
The end. If the writers were smart now, let's be kind in our words. They would make a sweet offer to bring Rinna Sofer back as Lois to give Mama Q a run for her money. How do you know that hasn't happened, DC Soap? How do you know that isn't what's happening?
I would love it if they had her come back, if they had Lois come back, because Amanda's character, Brooklyn does remind me of Lois.
Mm-hmm.
And man, they would be a good force together. They could take Granny down. Lois and Brooklyn could.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Wally Kurth and Rinna Sofer were an item in real life.
I think they were married at one time.
They were married, yeah. Chandra says that they're divorced now. And I guess the concern is, can they be civil with one another? I mean, not every divorce is contentious. And then also at the same time, too, sometimes people are also professionals. So, maybe it wouldn't be a thing. But I don't know.
Maybe it wouldn't.
Jeannie says it doesn't make sense that Ned is Eddie in 2023. Now, I wish he thought that it was like 1984 or something like that. I get him like just knocking a new personality into his head. I get that, just a switcheroo, a switch over. And not that Eddie Main was even real. It was just someone he was pretending to be in New York. And so
that was his stage name.
Yeah, and so this is different. This is him now believing he's that rock star fantasy that he had been living in New York for so long. So, I mean, I don't really know what's going from here. I couldn't tell you plot by plot what's happening.
His brain is repairing itself.
It's rewiring it to think he's Eddie. Oh goodness. They have a grown daughter. I would hope that it wouldn't be a thing. I would think so too, especially if they have a grown daughter. They probably had co-parenting moments. Mama Q has earned her place amongst the Quartermains, says DC Soap, and that's true.
I agree.
I'm not saying. I would say that if Lois were to come back, I wouldn't say that she was going to supplant and replace Olivia.
if they ever have Leslie Charleston not there, Monica she's passed.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be delicious if Monica gave the house to Olivia
It's
and
Olivia's
everybody
house.
says,
Monica gave it to her.
yeah, it's Olivia's house. Monica gave it to her.
That would be funny. That would be
That'd
funny.
be funny.
Oh my God. DC Soap Sanctuary has knocked the lid off of this theory, Ma. I still think that Dex is Courtney Corbin's son, which explains his petty feud with Spencer and Sonny one day sparing him upon finding out. So he's Spencer's brother. I'm with that one. Isn't it? Courtney? Courtney, right? Courtney's Spencer's mom, right?
Yes.
So he'd
And
be
that's
Spencer's
Sonny's
half brother.
sister. Yeah.
So he'd be Spencer's half brother if he was Courtney's kid. I like that one, DC. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
and then that doesn't make it weird with Michael. So perfect. Eddie Main loves his angel Alexis. Reminds us. Melissa does. So maybe we'll get some Alexis stuff. They did sleep together in the last couple of years, Ned and Alexis.
They did, huh?
They
I remember.
They did.
They did. Olivia had found out, and she ultimately forgave him.
Yeah, she was very upset.
And they were split up for a while.
They were split up. That's when she was, because Ned was like, "Oh, you're off in Monte Carlo boning Robert anyway."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember that. And that's back when Alexis was still drinking.
Matt, take a look at what I said, please, says Kelly. Okay, I'll find it. Jack Wagner asked Christina if she minded him coming back in 2013, and she said, sure. Well, there we go. People can get along then.
You can get along?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, that way Dex could be Michael's adoptive cousin. It'd be perfect. Yeah, I mean, I think that's really great, DC. You should write a well-worded letter and send that to Prospect Park Studios and say, this is what I think you should do. I'm with that. I'm going to start tweeting that as if it was my own theory.
General Hospital have a hotline.
Well, Ken Schreiner said, I miss having handwritten fan mail. So do that for him. Send handwritten fan mail to Ken Schreiner. He would really, really appreciate that.
He does like that.
What if Jax is Dex's father? Talk about a scandal. They are never going to do that, Chandra. They are not going to have, oops, we were actually brother and sister the whole time. No.
No, that's dirty.
It's too nasty. It's too Game of Thrones. It's too Game of Thrones. There we go. Melissa says, "Holy House of the Dragon, Chandra." Yeah. Michael and Chase are good friends still, and I don't care. I really want Chase to have new friends.
Well, I like the friendship of Chase and Dante more than Chase and Michael.
I want to see Dante and Chase on the case all the time. That's what I want to see.
I like it.
Let's see.
I want them. Well, I've always said this. I want them to make Chase a little more of a badass.
Go back further. Oh my gosh, Kelly's making me do work, Mom.
Kelly, write it again, hon. Where he gets right at the top.
LOL. That's what she said. I don't know where it is, Kelly. Oh, when Tracy was getting impatient for Ned to wake up. No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. I don't know what it is. Just rewrite it, Kelly, please. For me.
Speaking of Tracy.
When Tracy was getting impatient, yeah, it was. Look, when Tracy was getting impatient for Ned to wake up, Olivia just got so exasperated with her to yell, Tracy, stop it. You sound like a 6-year-old on a road trip.
It's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Tracy is a piece of work, I tell you. Man, she's evil, and she's just so pretentious and awful. Ugh. The way she talked to Cody.
Yes.
And the way she talked to her grandson, Leo. I mean, come on. You don't have to know anything about that young man to know that you can't talk to him that way and get some good response. Leo's not going to respond to that kind of stuff.
That was the whole point.
Have a healthy relationship with him.
That was the whole point.
And she just talked down to Cody so bad.
Tracy's going to have to eat her words and learn later on that Cody is great for Leo and Cody is right and good, and maybe she'll even help him out with the Gladys thing. But I think that's just the beginning of the art. Yeah, she was nasty to him, unwarrantedly nasty to him. But I think that's kind of the point, you know. That's kind of the point. So she has a place to grow from, a place to change.
But pretty much Tracy walked back into town, and she'd been ugly to everybody.
Yeah. And also confirmed as well, 100%. This is 100% the writers. The writers put all of the words in Jane Elliott's mouth, and she just performs them the way that she does. Every little quip, every little mean thing, every little turn of phrase, every little clever thing that she has to say comes from the writers of General Hospital and not from Jane Elliott. So keep that in mind when you're criticizing as well, if the writers were smart.
And wouldn't it be delicious someday? Somebody said this at the convention.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't it be delicious someday to have somebody withhold Tracy's pills? Granny, do you need your medicine?
You need your medicine, Granny? I didn't realize that was one of the first things that Tracy did on the show. It was like in her first year or something. Was holding Edward's medicine. You need your medicine, Daddy?
Uh-huh.
You need your dynamite pills?
Sign right here, and I'll get it for you.
AJ and Courtney's son. Because apparently AJ and Courtney were married at one point.
Well, Courtney, she was a bit of Elizabeth. She was a bed hopper.
See, my only issue with him being like AJ's son ultimately is the fact that AJ is Michael's father. And if Dex is Michael's brother, it's too close to icky for me.
Well, yeah, and what I don't want, the reason why I don't want him to be AJ's kid is because I think our AJ Quartermain is dead. So I want them to give his father to be somebody at least is alive that he can interact with on the show.
We'll see. We always have that big J word looming above us at all times. The big leather jacket in the sky.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how all of that shakes out, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's on days and stuff. Being Jason, apparently. I saw an article written about how basically they've just made the character that he's playing into a black shirt wearing, gun toting hitman with a heart of gold type of deal.
They kind of have,
And when I haven't watched.
Sure, when he's with Jocelyn, he has lots of smiles and stuff. But
no, I'm talking about Steve Burton on Days of Our Lives.
Oh,
they've pretty much made him Jason.
Oh, they
Morgan.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, 1,000,000,000%. I will 100% agree with you, and on a scale of that numbers that don't make sense. That they're definitely making Jason to a little mini Jason, Dex into a little mini Jason. You got little mini Carly and little mini Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm in this because I love the people that I'm in it for. Sonny means a lot to me now.
He did
I'm going to protect him, not only for money. I actually did. I did. I'll give him props for this because I did like him telling Jocelyn. I think that you think like. I don't want you to get me wrong. I do like how much money I'm making doing this. I don't want to go and do a regular job. That sounds lame. I need you to understand that I'm cool doing this for the money. Not in that many words. But that was a sentiment, and I appreciated that. I don't remember exactly what he said. I wish I did, because I would love to be able to quote it. I'll have to look it up on GH Gifts or something.
Yeah, he did. Well, there's going to be lots of there's going to be lots of story for Dex. There's going to be lots of twists and turns. There will be. He's going to be connected to somebody. For sure.
Courtney came onto the show, married AJ. AJ found out that Courtney was Sonny's long-lost sister, and then went on to marry her and turn her into a stripper just to spite Sonny. Thank you, Melissa.
And then she had, and then Courtney was with Jax, of course.
Of course.
And then she was with Jax, and she was with Nikolas. And yeah.
Yes, so Dex is getting paid twice. He's getting handsomely paid by Sunny and handsomely paid by Michael for the exact same job. Keep me safe and tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, I love it. I'm into it. I love it. I want more. It's going to be on next week, right?
Well, I sure hope
I
so.
hope so, too.
Not unless somebody gets arrested again. You know, it seems like he gets arrested every 2 weeks. So, I don't know. Is it that guy's week to get arrested again?
Next up, Rudy Giuliani, and then I don't know, DeSantis. I don't know what's going on with anything in the world of politics. This isn't the show for that. All I know is that Nina's not going to tell Sunny once she finds out that Eddie's alive, that Eddie is Ned, so she's not going to come clean.
She is nervous as a cat, isn't she?
Oh,
man, she's nervous.
I don't know how to read Ava in this situation because she's right and she's wrong. She's like, oh, you should do the SEC. You did the SEC. You should tell Sunny. It's like she's really pushing Nina to like make choices that Ava wouldn't be making in this situation. So I really don't know how to read that. Courtney was also married to Jason. Thank you, Kelly.
That's like I told you. The hopper.
Courtney miscarried Jason's baby, but miscarried with there we go. Courtney and Jason's baby is Dex.
Yeah, never. No.
I just need him to ultimately not be a Quartermain because of the Michael to Joss thing. It's too, for me, it's too weird to have. Yeah. I don't want it.
Yeah, because he's a Quartermain, but he isn't a Quartermain.
Because he is Michael is a Quartermain. He is AJ's kid. So if Dex is his brother, then because Carly had a kid with for me, it doesn't work. It's too close. Like I wouldn't be interested. Like if you and Dad didn't work out and ultimately you had another kid, I wouldn't be interested. Or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or you have another kid with somebody and then like they have a kid like Brady Bunch style or whatever. I'm not going to be dating your stepson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like, okay, let's say real life. Okay. Let's say real life. So I used to have a brother, a stepsister, and a stepbrother. Okay. Well, we didn't meet each other. Our parents got married later. My brother was the baby out of the four of us. He was 16 at the time. So, no, even though my stepbrother and I were not related and not raised together at all, we weren't children together. That would be icky.
Icky. No thanks.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I just
it would be icky anyway.
For me, I don't want it. That's all. I don't want it to be a Quartermain. I'm totally cool with him being Courtney and Jason's. I think that would be great. I would think giving Spencer a half brother he hates and a half brother he doesn't hate, I think is great. Besides, it makes him tangentially a Cassadine. Not really a Cassadine, but tangentially one. I'm with it. That's good, DC. Do it. Write it and send it in. And then make them pay you for it. Figure out how that works. Yeah.
All the other writers are trying to figure that out right now.
Right? There's people in there frantically writing, hoping to be able to catch the attention of Frank Valentini, be intercepted into the Writers Guild once the strike is over and have a permanent job.
Yep.
Or they're just enjoying themselves writing a couple of months of soaps. And then they'll go off into the ether. Whatever. That's it, folks. I'm getting out of here. I'm going down the elevator. What about you, Ma? You hanging out?
No, I'm going to get on the elevator too.
Okay, we're getting on the elevator. We're getting out of here. Okay. We're going. We're done. We're not talking about GH this week. Thank you for coming with us, though. Thank you for going on this ride.
Thanks for getting on the elevator with us.
Yes. Oh, yeah, there we go. Exactly like Nikolas and Lucky Chandra. Perfect example. All right, folks, get on the elevator. We're going back down to the first floor. Get out of this hospital, going into the parking garage and into our cars, where we're going to tune our radios to previous episodes of the 10th floor, which you can find all over the internet. You can find them in all of your favorite podcasting platforms, and also quite a bit of them right here in the YouTube library. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Once we're all done, reload the page and leave a comment about how much fun you had. That'd be great. Share it with your friends. Tell your families. I don't know, post it in social media groups about soap operas. It's time for the 10th Floor Legion to take over. Just a wave of social media attention driven by all of you. You can donate to buymeacoffee.com/10th floor. You can chip us a $5 tip if you would like, if you can so afford it. Cool, awesome, amazing. We also have a couple of wish list items up there that you can contribute to as well for some local events that are happening down here in Burbank at the end of July. A couple of hours of hanging outs with a couple of actors from GH. So there's a couple of options there. Rebecca Herbst is one of them. There's just an afternoon with the cast. So there's a lot of other people there. All the kinds of other different options. So check that out and take a look. And I guess that's it. We'll be back next week afternoon.
Yes.
So
we'll be back, and we will be on next Sunday. I'm going camping again. Just me and Matt's daddy this time. But I'm going to come home probably around noon on Sunday, so I will not be able to be on here at 11. But
so 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 or 3 p.m. Pacific time. And that's it.
Actually, let me just say, we'll just make it a point. 2:30. Me on 2:30.
2:30. Okay, 2:30 next week then.
Yep.
I actually did have Granny up the whole time.
Yep.
She was just hidden behind my head.
Yep.
Okay, that's it. You're safe in the parking garage. Get out of here. Go spend some time with your families. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And we'll catch you next time right here on the 10th floor. Goodbye.